Hey, hey. Okay. I can't. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Yay!
How are you doing?
It's crazy, but it's fun, and I'm busier than I've ever been in my entire life.
You know what? I totally get what you're saying. I feel the same way. I love it. And hey, it's Lynn Brown. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach with John Maxwell team and a teaching partner with Empower Living. And honestly, I spent the first half of my life people pleasing. And then in my spare time, I was literally trapped by the opinions of other people. And then one day I just got sick and tired. I don't know if you've ever gotten just sick and tired of being sick and tired, but I hit a wall. And it was that day that I took the first step in the direction of my dreams. I had no idea what needed to be fixed at that point. I had no idea where I was going. I only knew that there was more for my life. And it was so amazing because I noticed changes. I began to see things differently. And it wasn't until later that I saw Wayne Dyer's quote that said, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. And I began to see that manifested in my life. Now I'm just partnering with people that want to make a difference, who want to become the best versions of themselves. And today I'm super excited to bring to you my friend, Julia. She is an amazing human, passionate about what she is doing. And I'm telling you what, it's going to light you up. So I'm going to turn it over to Julia. Julia, welcome to the Gritty Women Global Podcast. We are so happy to have you today as our guest.
And I'm so happy to be here. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. I don't think if life hadn't brought me through the things I've gone through, I would be quite as passionate about it as I am. So
I
I'm
think
going to
that's
start out
so
telling
true.
you,
That's great. I love it when people recognize that the hardships bring them, the best. I mean, it's just like when we go through those tough times, we come out just with these nuggets of gold. So
so
tell
I'm just
us.
going to start out by telling you that in 2016, I had a stroke, wiped out everything. It was a cerebral stroke. I had to learn to walk again, talk again, eat again, read again, and write again. It took them 31 hours to find that stroke. In that amount of time, because it was a cerebellar, God did the miraculous by stopping the bleeding. So there was never any surgery.
Wow.
And the doctors even say, hello, welcome to the 1% of the 1% club.
Wow, what a great club to be in. I'm so glad
Well,
you're
I
in
don't
it
know that I
now.
necessarily want to be in it,
Mm-mm.
but now that I'm in it, I will accept it and own it.
That's right, sister.
So anyway, back last year, Dr. Daniel Amen actually won the John Maxwell Team Leadership Award. And he's standing on stage telling about brain health and how to get your brain healthy. And I'm thinking, I want this. I want to know how to get my brain healthy. So when I saw that there was a class to take on certification of brain health coaching, I was all in. I want to know everything about the brain. I want to know how to make my brain better so that I can then give that to others and help them get their brain healthier. Some of the free things that I've learned: drink your water, get rid of your Coca-Colas. Okay, I know I say simple now, but at one time that wasn't simple for me. So I understand the harshness of those words, but I also understand what it can do to spark life inside of you.
That's so true. And I want everybody I hope everybody's taking notes. I know I just jotted down, a couple of things, and I'm gonna go back and listen to this again and again, but just that one thing, hydration. I mean, our bodies are made up of so much water. And oftentimes we look at water as just like the afterthought. It's like, oh, I guess I'll just have water or whatever. And water is critical. We're made up of water. So I'm so glad you said that, because I harp on that all the time and people roll their eyes at me.
You know, you can do it like an if then statement. If I go to the restroom, then I need a glass of water.
That's a great reminder. I never thought about it like that.
Another thing that's super easy is if I'm walking downstairs, don't carry a ton of stuff with me. Keep one hand free so I can hold the banister on the way down. One fall could end up with the biggest brain injury. My great uncle fell from a scaffolding, ended up with an aneurysm and died as a young man. So, you know, you have to be very careful about where you are, what you're doing, and your surroundings.
Wow. Such a simple thing to do, and really it's an easy thing not to do too, isn't it?
Absolutely.
How often we're careless in just the habits that we just from day to day habits that we follow for no reason. Wow, thank you. I'm gonna write that down too.
The other thing, exercise. I know everybody hates the word, but do we really hate exercise, or do we hate going to the gym? Because we exercise when we walk across the room, like it or not, we do. And now that COVID has happened, we're kind of stuck in our house a little bit more. Walk around your house. Make your house like an obstacle course and just walk around your house. Get your steps in. It's imperative, because that is going to boost your serotonin and make you feel better.
Wow, that's so true. When you move your body, you do release, all those the serotonin, and you do feel better. And honestly, for all the viewers out there, maybe there are people that haven't exercised in a long while, but wouldn't you just encourage them just to, at least, like you're saying, just start where you are. Maybe 5 minutes today. Just walk 5 minutes. A minute if you can't even walk 5.
Do something. Stand up and sit down in your chair right there, up and down and up and down. That's something. The last one that I have that I've had to really, really work on is getting rid of my ants. Yes, I said it, ants. It's your automatic negative thoughts. And one of the movies that's been suggested to me, the biggest in this, is the Disney movie Pollyanna. Because Pollyanna in that movie wants a doll from the States, but she is sent a pair of crutches. What little girl wants crutches? But she had to look for the good in the crutches. And the good in that was, I don't need them. As simple as that. She turned her entire town around in their thinking, and thinking good thoughts just by that one simple act. And so now she calls it the good game. And so when you have a negative thought, there are a couple of things you think. The first thing you think is this true? Second, can I absolutely know that it's true? Because a lot of it is just our thinking and how we think, and our, I'm not good enough. I didn't do this well enough. I'm a failure. And it's like, no. How do you know that? And if somebody told you that, how do they know that? They don't. They're saying it because they're insecure in their own right.
That's right.
So we don't need to take that on because somebody else gave it to us, give it right back. to say, and I don't mean say it back, but just push it away.
Yeah, just don't receive it. We don't have to receive everything. There are a lot of people that are sincere out there, but they can be sincerely wrong also. And they might even be coming to you with well-meaning heart and say, I just want to tell you this. I've had some people that, do that. I just want to encourage you. You're just stepping out. You're doing too much. You don't need to start this new dream business. You need to just stay in that job.
Sometimes we just need to bless and release people.
Yeah. That's such a sweet way to say it, Julia. Bless and release. Wow.
I guess go ahead.
No, I love that. Bless and release. I love that.
Yep. And most people have good intentions. They just don't know us as well as they need to know us to make statements like that.
That's so true. And I finally learned this through this going on my 7th year of personal growth and just transformation in my life, because I was truly broken and my mindset was truly broken, and now it is bulletproof. But prior to this, I believed everything I heard, everything I thought. I believed all my thoughts. And if people said things to me, I took it, like you're saying, just took it for the truth. But now I'm living proof that you can change. Your thoughts can change, your brain can change, your mind can change. And when that happens, your circumstances will change. And people are I was operating in my best level of awareness. I didn't know what I didn't know. I couldn't give what I couldn't give. And I have to have that same, level of our view of those people, just like you're saying, bless and release them, because they are doing their best too. And that's so hard, because we want to blame people and we want to be angry and we want to point fingers. We see so much of that right now in our country, in our world. And everybody's operating at their very best. Wow.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of exciting news.
Please do.
The exciting thing is with me being a brain health coach, and with Dr. Amen and with the Amen clinics and them doing their SPECT scans, which a lot of people don't know what a SPECT scan is, but if you've ever done a scan of any sort where you have the colors show up on the monitor, that is a SPECT scan of sorts. And so when they do the scans at the Amen clinic, your brain can either be overactive or underactive. And so they treat you based on where your brain is, but they look at it and treat it that way. The exciting news is that this part may not be exciting, but we go to the doctor for a colonoscopy when we turn 50. We should now start having SPECT scans when we turn 50, because they've now shown that 20 to 30 years before the very first symptom of Alzheimer's, it'll show up in your brain. And if it shows up in your brain, they can start treating it. And so what's going to happen is you're going to pass on before you have the first symptom if you've had a brain scan.
Wow. That's awesome. That's great news. That's worth the price of admission today for this podcast. Thank you. Thank you, Julia, for sharing that with us. Wowzer. That's awesome.
It is.
How exciting. It's so exciting to be able to share this information and equip people with this valuable insight, because there's so much of this that people have never heard of. There's so much of this that I know I didn't hear. I don't know that if I was not in this space of this, this personal growth with the John Maxwell team and Empowered Living, that I would have heard of it. I mean, I might have stumbled across it, but it's so powerful. I mean, we know knowledge is power, but applied knowledge, we have to apply these things to our lives to see the results and make the changes that we want so that we can be who we were created to be. And wow, I know Dr. Amen. He's an amazing man. I have his book right here, and he is. But we each have that same um, ability to empower and influence, and you're doing such a great job of it.
Thank you. He's also
Because
written a book called Feel Better Fast and Make It Last that I'm actually going to be doing a mastermind on starting next month.
oh, that sounds so exciting. So tell us, how can people get in touch with you?
The easiest way right now is on Facebook, and I have a page called Everyday Brain Health.
Everyday Brain Health.
That is the easiest way.
Okay.
They can also email me at the number 2, the letter J, S dot ELS@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. And we'll be sure to put all of your bio, your info, your contact info with the podcast when we launch it, and we'll be sure to let you know exactly when that date's going to be, so all your viewers and our listeners can take advantage of that and share it with their friends too, because this is such an important message that we need to be the megaphones for it. So everybody listening today, let's share this message, and let's hook up, with Julia online, and let's get this show on the road so that more people can be enlightened and educated, like Julia said, before there's a need. Let's be proactive here. Let's take care of our brains. Let's eat some blueberries today, and some avocado, and some walnuts, and drink our water. Have some greens. Do something today your future self will thank you for. Julia, as we end today, our time together, and I definitely want to have you on our show again. Will you come back as a guest?
I absolutely will come back.
Okay, well, we would love to, because I know that there's a part 2 to this story. So we're gonna be bringing you back for sure. So when you hear gritty, what do you think? G is for gratitude, R is resilience, I is inspire. The 2 T's in gritty are to think tough, and Y is you do you. What resonates with you the most?
Well, all of them do, obviously, but thinking tough, or thinking, and resilience, because it's not necessarily easy, but the results are pretty quick. You start seeing things that are changing, and you're like, wow, I didn't know that I had that in me. And so, yeah, you have to change your thinking, and that thinking has to become part of the resilience. So I think those 2 kind of go together.
Yeah, they do. I love that. The way you put those 2 together, it's so true, because you can't have one without the other, can you?
You've got to just dig in and say, this is who I am. This is who I was created to be. And who am I to say that I need to be somebody else? This is who I was created to be.
That's right. That's so true. And I think there's so many of us, I can say I'm a recovering person like this, but we've become who we are rather than who we were created to be. And there's such a difference. And it's so refreshing now. I mean, I cannot wait every day to wake up. I mean, truly, if I did not have to sleep for my health, which I know is another biggie in brain health, sleep, and good sleep. But if I did not have to for my health, I promise you, I love my life so much now. I'm not saying it's perfect, because it's not. But I just am so excited every day to wake up and see what opportunities I have to serve. And it is just so amazing to be able to journey through life with people like you. And, you have made a big difference in my life today. And I just want to thank you for sharing your time. I know your schedule is super busy, but thank you so much for just speaking to the audience. And as we continue this Gritty Women movement, the Gritty Women mindset is so crucial.
Wake up every morning and say, this is going to be a great day, and let the world around you prove you wrong.
Love it. Love that. What a great ending. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. We'll be shouting out your podcast real soon as soon as we launch it out. And thank you so much. We're going to all connect with you on all things social. Have a great day. Remember, gritty is the new strong. Gritty is the new pretty. And for today's session, we'll say gritty is a healthy brain. How about that? All things gritty.